about you, but I would much rather spend my evenings and weekends either out in the garden or crocheting while cuddled up with my dog Nala or watching a Disney movie with my wife instead of sitting behind this desk or glued to my phone. Now, don't get me wrong. I love what I do as a life coach for entrepreneurs, but a lot of the work that we do together is simplifying their business and finding balance so that way they can actually go live the life they work so hard for. Meaning that I need to walk the talk and take time off for self-care and hobbies and friends and family. So here are 5 ways that I save over 10 hours a week in my business so that way I can live a slower paced life. This first time-saving hack you may have heard of before if you are a recovering perfectionist like me. It's called the 80% rule. And it's simply that whatever you're working on, if it is 80% done and good enough, you stop working on it. This saves me so much time every single week because I could spend hours nitpicking and perfecting something before I allow myself to share it or cross it off the to-do list. For example, last week's video on the control room of your life meditation, I almost spent an entire day re-recording and then re-editing that video because there was one single word I wanted to change. Yeah, that wouldn't have been a productive use of my time, and honestly, nobody would have known the difference. The reason I also really like this rule, other than saving you time, it also allows your community and your clients to see that you don't have to be perfect and polished 100% of the time in order to be successful. This next tip is going to save you a ton of time and also frustration when it comes to social media and your content. I want you to start repurposing and reposting everything. For example, if you wrote a weekly newsletter to your community, you could take that email and turn it into a caption. If you make YouTube videos, you could turn those into reels by cutting it down into smaller clips. You could take your reels and repost them on YouTube Shorts or TikTok or even Pinterest. There are so many ways to take the content you already have and repurpose it and then also repost it so that way more people see it. Because I know just how frustrating the algorithm is, but there is a bright side to it. Because on average, only like 10% of your followers on Instagram saw your post the first time, you could go back to something you posted a year ago or even just a couple months ago and re-share it. I promise nobody is going to notice, and I did this recently with an Instagram reel that I actually shared over a year ago. All I had to do was hit remix, add a new trending audio, and hit post. Literally in less than 60 seconds, I had an engaging reel up that shared one of my passions with my community and saved me a lot of time and frustration that day. Now, this third time-saving tip might be a little controversial, but I'm gonna share it even if I might ruffle some feathers. I want you to start automating everything that you can. Emails, DMs, scheduling posts, scheduling YouTube videos, anything that technology can help you save time with, go ahead and use that. And the reason that I say this is controversial and why at first I was hesitant to do this is because I know you want a deep, real connection with your community because that usually leads to your clients. But at the same time, you don't need to be the one responding to every single DM and freebie request that comes into your inbox. And you don't need to keep retyping the same exact email that you could have put into an automated sequence. There are so many different programs out there to automate our business, and I highly recommend you look into a few of them and see what feels good to you. Again, I'm not trying to turn you into some kind of robot where people get an auto response every single time they message you. But if there's a few simple ways for you to share some links or get your work out there without you physically having to be the person that hits send every time, I think it's worth exploring. Also, random bonus hack for my peeps with long hair. If you have not tried Heatless Curlers yet, they are a game changer. I used to dread the days I would have to curl my hair because it would take me like 30 minutes to do, but these curls, literally like 3 minutes at night to put it into the heatless wand. And then in the morning, I just take it out, do a little bit of finger brushing, and I'm camera ready. Plus, no heat damage. So I will leave the link to the one I use down below. I think it's like $15, $20 online and worth every single penny. Now, when I implemented this next hack, I felt like I was breaking all of the rules, but it has been one of the best things for my mental health. Turning off all notifications on all of my apps. My home screen is always blank. I never have a banner telling me that there's an Instagram comment or a message I need to respond to. And the reason for this isn't that I don't want to interact with my community. It's that the moment I open that app, I get sucked into scrolling because that's what the algorithm was designed to do. And usually once I get sucked into scrolling, other than wasting my time, it's also making me compare myself to everybody else's content and start feeling a bit of imposter syndrome. Which, by the way, if the same thing happens to you, I created an EFT tap along to help clear some of that I'll put right here for you if you need it. So I want to challenge you this week to go into all of your notification settings and turn them off for social media. I promise you're not going to miss anything important and you're going to notice so much more peace of mind. And while you're at it, also set up those handy time limits. Even if you ignore them 100 times a day like I do, it's at least that nice little reminder after 10 minutes of scrolling for you to ask yourself, am I actually being productive on this app, or am I wasting time that I could be using elsewhere? And our last time-saving hack is a little bit woo-woo, but if you watch any of my videos on here, you know that's how I roll. So take it if you love it, leave it if you don't, but I consult my intuition for what to create, what to post, what to say, almost every single day. I can't tell you how much time I would waste sitting behind my desk trying to force an idea out so I would have something to post or something to share on my stories or an email to send. Or even worse, I'd be scrolling on the app for hours looking for inspiration. Now I go to my intuition for inspiration, and I prefer to use channeled writing for that. I talk more about this in my new masterclass, Intuitive, and the exact process I use in my business, as well as other ways to use it in your business, so I will link that down below for you. But a really quick overview of this practice, all you have to do is open up your journal and write at the top, "Dear Intuition, what does my community need to hear from me today?" And then allow the pen to keep flowing. At first, it may just look like some scribbles or not really make sense, but as you tap in and tune into your intuition more and more, it'll start giving you some fabulous ideas that are uniquely you and actually what your community needs to hear from you. And those are the 5 ways that I save over 10 hours a week in my business. So that way I can spend that time indulging in hobbies, relaxing, spending time with families, and actually enjoying the life I worked so hard for. Because I truly believe that when you are nourished physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, that your business will flourish. So if you found these tips helpful, make sure to give this video a thumbs up so I know to create more like it. And also while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future videos like this. By the way, if you would like more tips, more hacks, and customized advice of how to simplify and streamline your own business so that way you can live a slower paced life too, make sure to check out Solopreneur Support down in the description. Every single month, we will hang out for 60 minutes on video chats, and I will help you find ways to make your business work better for you, as well as create more balance so you can go live your life, as well as give you a bit of support and accountability achieving your goals. So if that sounds like something you need, make sure to enroll in Solopreneur Support down below. And until the next video, have a magical one.